Hi everybody, welcome back to Spookeasy Manor. I am Ryan.
And I'm Melissa.
And today we're doing a mug haul!
I am someone who looks up mug hauls, specifically spooky mug hauls on YouTube. Love them, and I'm so thrilled that we are putting our own hat into the mix. Anyways.
I drink coffee out of them.
So without further ado, let us bring you into our world so you might see the kind of spooky mugs that we have in our spooky kitchen. Hi, Emma. All right, so this first mug is a new one to our collection. It was a gift from Ryan, and I found it at Marshall's. And what I love about this mug is it's nice and big. It's good for maybe some vegan chili or maybe some cereal in the morning. And it also has a really sweet little kind of country charm to it.
What I loved about this mug was that all the patterns you see on it are kind of textural, and that kind of extra detail really makes it seem like a bang for your buck.
The pattern is very classic. It's this iconic sort of pumpkin and skull vibe with some little stars. It's almost got like a little vintage 50s look to it with those little stars. They almost look like little starbursts to me. This is another mug that I recently got at HomeSense, and it is just so awesome because it has that amazing spiderweb design, and the font really got me. It looks like something out of a Bee movie.
Definitely has an old school feel to it. Love that kind of spotlight in the center. And of course, I always love a good pun.
Yes, it's a very sweet pun, and it's not the same old kind of like, the witch is in, which is fine, but a little overwrought at this point. One thing about this mug is it actually comes with a topper that I broke in the store while reaching for vegan jerky, because apparently HomeSense has that at the cache, and I was trying to pick up some for my colleagues at work, and then down went the topper. But I told myself, I'm gonna buy the mug anyway. I'm pretty sure I have to at this point, but also because the mug itself is really, that topper was just gonna sit in the cupboard anyway, so I knew I was really just gonna use the mug as is. It is so beautiful. Love the little spider. It's just charming and perfect.
Alright, well this one means a lot to me because this is one of those times that I come home, or Melissa comes home in this case, with a little surprise, and she got this just for me, and frankly, I love the idea of drinking out of a skull because it makes me think I'm absorbing the person's smarts.
First of all, this mug is everything that you could ever want in a Halloween mug. It's sculptural. You really feel the details in the face. You've got the eyes and the teeth and the nose. And also, you've got not only one iconic image of the skull, but you've got the spider web as well. The handle is bones. It is just a piece of art.
Super well made, and unlike my Punisher mug, it's actually very easy to drink out of.
And it's easy to wash.
Okay, this one, I gotta say, means a lot to me because not only am I a lifelong Charlie Brown fan, but this was a special gift that Melissa also brought home and surprised me with. Just when I thought we had way too many mugs in our house, and we do, this was definitely one that I couldn't let go. I believe he even sent me a picture of it, and my answer was yes.
It's true, he did say yes.
We have a little bit too many mugs in our house sometimes. Well, when Melissa sent me a photo of this one, I definitely could not say no to Charlie Brown's most famous failed cosplay of a ghost.
Yes, of course, it's the Great Pumpkin. Charlie Brown is arguably the mother of all Halloween specials. It's been around for decades, since when we were little. It's a big part of our lives, as I'm sure it's a big part of many of your lives as well. So when I saw this at Hallmark, I knew that Ryan had a special place in his heart, and it is just, of all the little ghost mugs out there, I thought this one would be perfect for my man here.
I got a rock.
So this is one we've had for a while. It is just classic, cute Halloween. It's adorable. It puts a smile on your face, and it kind of makes you feel like you're watching a Saturday morning cartoon.
It would be a great gift for your mommy.
This one is an absolute showstopper of a mug. It has so many fantastic elements, the beautiful detail in the crow, the branchy tree. I'm very particular about my spooky branchy trees, and this one just nails it. The bats are beautiful, just done to perfection, and I love the sort of distant village that you see in the background with the cemetery. It's got this sort of three-dimensional look to it, like you feel like you're looking far into a scene, like right out of a movie. It's so beautiful. It's one of those huge mugs that you can really put soup in, and if you want to go curl up with a nice big bowl of soup, that's the one for you.
When Melissa brought this one home, I didn't know what the hell it was, but I thought it was very cool.
This is, of course, the poison apple from Snow White, another iconic visual that's just, it conjures up all kinds of Halloween vibes for me. And as soon as I saw there was a mug, like a poison apple kind of mug, it literally looks like it's right out of the Disney movie. So I knew I had to have it in my cupboard.
I just noticed that most of these mugs are gifts to each other, and every mug tells a story, and this story is a good one.
Yes, for the last few years, we didn't go this last 2 years, but for the past couple of years, Ryan and I had been making a point to, for my birthday, which is in September, we would go to the States and we'd go Halloween decor shopping. And this is one that I saw online. I saw it on Instagram when I was stalking Halloween hashtags. And as soon as I laid eyes on this mug, I fell in love, and we drove to Vermont to Christmas tree shops.
We drove out of the way to go to Christmas tree shops from our usual haunts.
Yeah.
And at first I was complaining the whole time because I'm a jerk. But when we got there, I was blown away by how much Halloween decor was in a store called Christmas Tree Shops.
Mm-hmm. This mug is probably my favorite mug that I own. And the reason why is because it just, first of all, it's got classic, iconic Halloween silhouette imagery on it, which is a huge, huge plus for me. I love it. It's got a ruffled top. Love that. Super, super sweet and charming. It's got this textural detailing around the top, and you can see all these beautiful sort of spider webs and spiders and bats. Really gorgeous. I adore the ornate detail in the handle. It's got a chubby belly shape, so it holds in the hand really well. And it is on a pedestal with more bat detail on the bottom of the pedestal. So for me, this is just the epitome of a perfect Halloween mug.
This one was not bought in Vermont or a galaxy far, far away. This one was actually bought at Comic-Con.
So I was walking around Montreal Comic-Con having a great old time, and I came across this booth where they were making these sort of handmade mugs, and I just was so impressed. Bought one on the spot. Now I will say it's a little awkward to drink out of it. It's not the end of the world. You could always use a straw, or you could use the mug in sort of a more decorative sense, like keep pens in it if you have an office or something like that. Lots of fun uses, and it's a really beautiful piece.
Big shout out to all the exhibitors at Montreal Comic-Con who I think are the true stars of the show. These things come into fruition because of people's passion and imagination, and it is an honor to support such people.
This one I saw at Michael's. It's adorable. It's just classic gingham, very country, very cute. It actually came with a little spoon, but I don't know where that is. This one is a gift from Ryan's mom for my birthday, and it is just the absolute bare bones, classic, simple bat silhouette, and I'm here for it. This was actually a gift from my Aunt Karen. Thank you so much. And I was really happy because she actually thrifted this. And I was happy to hear that because this mug is actually bone china, which I, as a vegan, don't purchase bone china. But the fact that it was thrifted, I was happy about that.
I like this because this is kind of reminds me of those classic Disney animations, like about the dancing skeletons, and really comes full circle when it comes to my enjoyment of Halloween from childhood till now. Alright everybody, so this little bad boy is from Spirit Halloween. This is Sam from Trick or Treat in pumpkin form. It is beautiful, it is huge, and it's also no amount of coffee should ever be in your body at once that this mug can hold. And if you haven't seen the movie Trick or Treat and are a fan of the Halloween season, I politely say, what the hell is wrong with you?
He's kidding. He's teasing. The great thing about a huge mug like this, though, is it's a great way to get more water. So if you want to drink more water, fill up this mug and off you go. Or you can fill it up with other healthy things like green tea. Of course, every witch needs a cauldron, and this mug just hits all those notes for me. This mug is from a few years ago. It's Spirit Halloween, and I will say the trick-or-treat writing is cute, but I would prefer it to be a plain mug. Still got it, and what I love about it is it has feet. So it's got this chubby belly, but it has little cauldron feet. So it is a beautiful piece, and what I've actually been using it for is in our centerpiece. I've been putting my little spoons from Lively Ghosts. Those spoons are from a small shop called Lively Ghosts that I saw on Pumpkin and Gray's channel. If you don't know Pumpkin and Gray, gotta check out her channel. And it was in her small shops video that I saw these spoons. Oh my goodness, and they look perfect in my mug. I can't even take it. Ah!
Before Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Chucky, and everyone else dominated the horror genre, it all started with the Universal monsters, and no monster was more popular and more big than Frankenstein. This mug is huge, and Frankenstein is a big monster, and this is a big mug.
It's a Universal Studios mug. It is so big, it's like a pint, practically. Like, I would say put food in it, but it's hard to get your spoon all the way to the bottom kind of thing. So I would just put like a tall glass of water.
If you fill this thing up to capacity with coffee, you may just need a mad scientist to bring you back to life. For the last 2 years, Beetlejuice has been the MVP of Spirit Halloween items, and for our personal collection, it all started with this mug that we bought on November 4th last year, when everything was very much on special. So this mug means a lot to us because it reminds us about when we saw Beetlejuice on Broadway, and we couldn't really afford to buy any t-shirts or cups at the Broadway play because we were in New York on a pretty tight budget. But every time we buy a piece of Beetlejuice merchandise, it just brings us so much joy because it reminds us of one of the best weekends of our lives pre-pandemic. And on top of Beetlejuice, we also saw the OG Misfits with Danzig, Doyle, and Jerry at Madison Square Garden. Ugh! Alright, right up next is another one of my trick-or-treat collection. I love Sam so much. He's a more modern villain hero, depending on how you want to look at it, but in mug form, he is absolutely adorable. And what I love about this mug is it looks worn, but also cozy. It's amazing to drink out of. The front is just as interesting as the back, and if you're right-handed or left-handed, you love drinking out of this.
And what I like about this mug is that sort of burlap look, and it's a really good way to sort of bridge the gap between fall decor and Halloween decor, because this obviously works well with the warm tones of fall, and it is also clearly Halloween. We actually have a glass of this similar design, but when it's on the mug with the black, the colors really pop more, the reds, the sort of greens, and the different variations there. And of course the contrast is much more intense. So we saw this mug at Spirit Halloween, and it just had to come home with us.
And what I love about this mug is usually you just see the big five, you know, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Mummy, but this time around they added the Bride of Frankenstein, which arguably is one of the most famous monsters of all.
This mug I actually found at a grocery store here in Montreal called Maxi & Company. A couple years ago they actually had a good selection of Halloween decor. Now I love it because it has that sort of Baroque pattern. It's sort of ornate. I love the detailing. It's kind of sophisticated. The handle's really comfortable too. Love the dark jet black of the handle that picks up on the design. The only thing is, the other side, it kind of looks like an energy drink. But if you're into that whole energy drink look, well, there you go. I usually style it with that part not showing though. This is another gorgeous mug. It is fine bone china, so I don't typically buy that, but it was a gift and it was thrifted, and so I really do like that, and the pattern is just adorable. This was another beautiful mug that was gifted to me. It is also bone china, but once again thrifted, and I just love the pattern of the spooky houses. It's just a really cute little village that I want to walk through, and I love those cozy vibes. And one more mug from my Aunt Karen that was gifted to me. I love this one. I don't have a lot of Ray done, but look at how clean and classic that is. It says Boo. It looks adorable with the sort of country decor there in the background, and it's just simple and I love it.
Alright, this was a gift from Melissa. You're going to hear me say that a lot tonight. This is a parody of the very popular show Friends, but instead of Chandler, Monica, Joey, and the gang, you have slashers from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even newer characters like Sam and Jigsaw. Amazing. I like to think that all these villains are friends. This was bought for me, I believe, by my mom when she visited Walt Disneyland. And she brought it home. This is an amazing piece. I've been obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas most of my life. Jack Skellington is the Pumpkin King for a reason, and this mug looks amazing front and back, and it's also actually very easy to drink out of, despite its eclectic design.
I love the black and white, and I love the stitching on the mouth.
With a mug this cool, you're going to want to take over Christmas, Halloween, Easter, and Arbor Day.
This is a really simple, sweet mug. It is, of course, a black cat, so a nice, iconic figure of Halloween. It's got this chubby belly. It says Happy Halloween in the back, and I really like that sort of uneven, handmade texture that it has. I like that a lot.
And who are you going to call when you need a large cup of coffee? Apparently, Venkman, Ray, and the gang, Ghostbusters. This mug is absolutely awesome, and this logo brings joy to the heart of both young and old, and there's a brand new movie coming out soon, so that's pretty cool.
Fun fact about the brand new movie, it was directed by Jason Reitman, who is the son of Ivan Reitman, who directed the first two Ghostbusters back in the 80s. And of course, we absolutely adore those movies. Jason Reitman, who directed the new one, is in Ghostbusters 2. Let's show that clip.
You know, my dad says you guys are full of crap.
There he is, and can't wait to see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I wonder if his dad still thinks they're full of crap.
Another sweet mug. I came across this one probably near the cash area. There we have again classic, typical Halloween imagery. Love the simplicity. It just right away puts you in the vibe of Halloween. We've got spiders. Love the black handle. And this is actually a stackable mug, as you can see with the next one. And of course, the perfect complement of those spiders, we have the spider web mug. Perfect if you're starting out, a collection and you have like a small space. They're stackable and they just right away put you in that Halloween spirit.
This is the first mug I ever bought from my Trick or Treat collection, and I was blown away by the cinematic quality that Sam's mask, face, whatever you want to call it, has. And you'll notice the button eyes are actually, they almost feel three-dimensional. In fact, most of the burlap sack that is made of his costume is totally texturized. This is one of the most detailed, amazing mugs I've ever bought in my life, and what better way to start off a Trick or Treat collection on such a high bar.
And it's another piece that really bridges that gap. If you're kind of torn between fall decor or Halloween decor and you want something sweet and country and warm, but also very Halloween, this is that perfect piece that just marries those two worlds. Here it is, folks. It doesn't get any more iconic than the jack-o'-lantern. These mugs were brought home by Ryan's dad. He was in the United States. I believe he was in Texas, and he went, at my request, to the store Sur la Table. So he went to Sur la Table and brought these beautiful mugs home. Now, I've actually seen other jack-o'-lantern mugs, but they have a sort of bright green handle. That's fine. It's just I prefer the classic black. I love how it's not just a picture of a jack-o'-lantern face, but it's actual texture as well. You can really feel the sort of grooves of the pumpkin. Anytime you can get some texture, it's always good to make a mug more three-dimensional. Now this next mug is actually very similar, except the color is more of a rust pumpkin. It's a little bit more country, it's a little bit more fall, so it's not that obvious flashy orange. It's really more of a soft fall, so if you really want to just decorate for autumn, this would be perfect. There's no jack-o'-lantern face on it, but it's also very, very sweet. I love this one. Now in this case, there's no jack-o'-lantern face on the mug, but of course in this situation, the smile will be on your face.
Despite the fact it's not jack-o'-lantern, it will put a smile on your face. We did 9 takes of this joke.
And this is the one that I am drinking sparkling water out of today. Here it is here. I really like how it's just that oil slicked, sort of purple and green, Beetlejuicy lighting. Very, very nice.
It also kind of is reminiscent with these colors of the Mexican Day of the Dead. And now that you bring up the poison apple thing from Snow White, I do see a resemblance.
So this isn't necessarily a Halloween mug, but it is very fitting for fall because it's that warm, sort of inviting tone as the weather starts to get a little chillier. This is typically for Moscow mules, but I really don't drink much at all, if at all. And so this is just really nice, of course, to keep water cold, great for sparkling water. I love the hammered copper detail of it, how it's not like super smooth. And I just think it really matches well with warm tones for fall. Goes very well with a country kitchen.
And you look pretty cool while drinking it. To quote Napoleon Dynamite, you look like a medieval warrior. This one took a little bit of trouble to find because it was... Every time we'd go to a Spirit Halloween, it seems they had just sold them out. Then lo and behold, we went to a brand new location one day and this was on the shelf. In fact, it was the only one on the shelf. So
we snagged it.
Yeah, so we snagged it.
One thing that struck both Ryan and I about this mug is that it's uniquely beautiful on truly both sides. Like, we have trouble deciding which side we want to display. Usually the back is nice, blah, blah, but you do want to display the front. In this case, we don't know which side that we want to display.
Well, if you just look at that beautiful textured grave side and the logo on the other side and that handle with that classic sandworm style black and white striped pattern, this mug is definitely, if you can find it, I definitely suggest you pick it up.
And I really like the fact that it's got the black and white striped handle, because we see a lot of cute Christmas mugs with red and white sort of candy cane stripes. So I think that that's a really cute take on a Halloween version of a candy cane stripe.
Alright, upon going on an adventure to Spirit Halloweens with our friends Yannick, Saber, and Kristen, we found this one next door at Marshall's, and it just blew us away, not only because of its size, the beautiful classic orange tone the pumpkin had.
I'm someone who gets very excited, especially in summertime. I'm not a big fan of summer, so I always have these dreams of, oh, the weather will cool down, it'll get a little chilly, we'll go walking on all these fall leaves crackling, and there'll be a pumpkin patch, and we'll have some nice warm coffee or tea. And we did not have a travel mug that was fall or Halloween. So when I saw this at the cache at Marshall's, it really goes to show there's some good stuff in the sort of checkout section for those types of stores. We saw that and knew we had to get it right away. We take it when we're walking our dog, holding hands, having cozy little drinks amongst the fall leaves. It's all the vibes, it's all the things. We needed a travel mug, and now we have one.
This is the perfect middle finger I've always wanted to show people in June when they roll their eyes at me for trying to celebrate Halloween too early.
And this last piece that we're going to throw in, it's not a mug, but I still thought it deserved a spot in this video. This is one of those kind of big gulp types of tumblers. It's really great, holds a lot of water, and I just find the design has this sort of almost sophisticated look to it. I think it's very nice.
Horror chic. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching this mug haul and coming over to Spookeasy Manor and hanging out with us. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Melissa.
Please like, subscribe, share, do all the things, and we're going to keep making the best content we possibly can to make your Halloween that much spooky. Have yourselves a lovely day.
Bye.
Pleasant screams.